After getting drunk, I made a voice call to customer service. But I never expected to call my beautiful boss instead. 20 minutes later, she said a bit impatiently, "Are you done talking? I'm going to sleep." "No way. You haven't said goodnight baby to me yet." "Good night?" But I stubbornly persisted, "You haven't said baby yet." The boss was completely speechless. At 7:30 a.m., I was woken up by my familiar alarm. The exhaustion from a hangover swept over me, and my head was so dizzy that it made me doubt if the alcohol I drank last night was fake. What should I do? I don't want to go to work. Maybe I'll just take a sick leave. I struggled to take out my phone, pinched my throat, and called my boss Shen Jun. "Hello, boss. I'm sick. Can I take a sick leave?" A light chuckle came from the other end of the phone. The problem is, what is she chuckling at? Could it be that my acting wasn't convincing enough? So I made my nasal voice even heavier, making my voice sound completely weak and powerless. "Boss, I have a fever. I'm at the hospital right now. Can I take a sick leave today?" Shenjian was silent for 2 seconds, then smiled. "Sure, you're at the hospital right now, right? Then take a picture and send it to my WeChat." "Okay, thanks, boss." I jumped up excitedly, quickly searched online for a photo of an IV drip, opened WeChat, and sent it to the contact named Old Fossil, all in one smooth motion. After the image was sent, I looked up at the screen and gradually realized something was terribly wrong. I had made a voice call to Shun Jiun last night. Taking a closer look, the next few lines of chat history instantly blinded my eyes. "Old Fossil, are you done talking? I'm going to sleep." "Me, you haven't said goodnight baby to me yet." "Old Fossil, good night." I still stubbornly asked, "You haven't said baby yet." The further down I read, the more numb my scalp became. Cold sweat kept pouring down uncontrollably, and my brain went completely blank with a loud buzz. Oh my god, what on earth did I do last night? Wait a minute. Shenjia knows I went out drinking last night? So doesn't that mean my faking illness is totally exposed? Only then did I snap back to reality, hurriedly tapping to unsend the message. Unfortunately, it was already too late. The Old Fossil sent a WeChat message. Looks like the illness is pretty severe. Which hospital are you in? I'll go visit you." I looked at the message wanting to cry but having no tears. No need, I suddenly feel completely refreshed and cured of all illnesses. "Oh, then are you still taking leave?" No. If you aren't at the company within an hour, it counts as absenteeism." Damn it, what kind of mess is this? I didn't even have time to eat breakfast. Rushing and dashing all the way, finally making it to the company before 8:30 a.m. Just as I sat down at my workstation, I looked up and saw Shen Jiun walking in from outside. As she passed by me, she turned her head slightly, throwing an ambiguous glance my way, looking at me as if she were looking at an idiot. I covered my face and lowered my head, not daring to look at her, pretending to bury myself in work. After Shen Jiun left, my good bro Zhang Yong patted my shoulder. "Did I see that right? The boss was just looking at you. Is there something going on between you two?" At the thought of me chasing her last night to make her call me baby, my old face couldn't help but turn red. Seeing my face turn red, Zhang Yong became even more convinced that something was up, insisting that I confess honestly. I had no choice but to tell the truth. Last night I was drinking and bragging with old classmates, getting way too hyped. I said I had a beautiful girlfriend, but they didn't believe me and made me make a call. I drank too much and originally wanted to call China Mobile customer service, but my clumsy hand ended up calling her instead. I even made her call me baby and made her say goodnight to me. At the thought of this ridiculous mix-up, my regrets are eating me alive right now. Before that, the mobile company had called me to upgrade my data plan. I thought since I already spent the money, it wouldn't be too much to ask them to help back up my lie, right? So I scrolled to the very top of my call log and dialed the number right back. But who could have known Shen Jiun had also called me? I was too wasted and missed it. So I ended up calling her back instead. Zhang Yong's booming laugh echoed in the corner. "So did she say it?" I glared at him. Say it my ass, if that old fossil actually called me baby, I'd probably wake up from my dream terrified. Just thinking about the way she looked at me earlier makes my skin crawl. Zhang Yong seemed to feel it too. He stopped laughing, his body shuddered slightly, and he practically turned to stone, leaving only his eyebrows twitching awkwardly on his face. A sudden chill crept up from behind me. I had a really bad feeling about this. The old fossil's familiar voice rang out. I slowly turned my head around. Shen Jiun was standing behind me out of nowhere, her eyes shooting ice-cold daggers at me, looking like she wanted to swallow me alive. But boss, what are you doing here?" I cringed so hard I was digging my toes into the floor. A forced awkward smile plastered on my face, looking worse than if I were crying. Shen Jiun glared at me, pulled out her phone, and dialed a number. 2 seconds later, my phone started ringing and the caller ID read Old Fossil. She glanced at my phone screen, and her cheeks instantly flushed red with rage. She hung up immediately and initiated a WeChat voice call instead. My phone lit up once again, with the WeChat prompt Old Fossil requesting a voice call. Shen Jiun was completely triggered. She glared at me, gritting her teeth. "Xu Chen-en, you only said half of it." Suddenly, Shen Jiun's phone rang. She picked up the call, pointed at me, and said, "Su Chen-han, come to my office in a bit." With that, she stormed out of the office in a huff. My whole body shuddered. Am I about to lose my job? Shenjun was gone for about half an hour, and I sat in her office waiting for her. During that time, I even handwritten a resignation letter. I can't stand staying in this trash company for even one more second. But since I've decided to leave, there's no need to take any more crap. I secretly made up my mind. The moment Shenjun gets back, I'm going to give her a piece of my mind, then throw this resignation letter in her face and make a smooth exit. Just thinking about it feels incredibly satisfying. Right as I was fantasizing, the office door creaked open. Shenjun strode right in, sitting down on the executive chair across from me. Got anything to say? Shenjun crossed her legs, carelessly admiring her slender fingers and her freshly done nails, throwing a slightly playful glance my way. I took a deep breath, stood up and said, I quit. I'm resigning. Resigning? Are you sure? I rolled my eyes at her. Of course I am. If I don't leave now, Lynn, am I supposed to wait around for you to make my life miserable? Who would want to do this garbage job anyway? Who can handle working overtime every single day? I don't even have time to date because of work. You won't even approve a simple sick leave. Do you even have a shred of humanity left? After shouting that, I slammed the resignation notice straight onto her desk. Take a good look. This is a resignation notice. According to labor law, I can officially leave in 30 days. It won't matter even if you disagree. And I expect every single cent of my salary and performance bonuses. Otherwise, I'll report you to labor arbitration. I raised my chin, looking down at her arrogantly, sporting a smug face. After grinding like a slave for over 5 years, today I finally get to flex and hold my head high. I felt proud, but Shenjun's eyes locked onto me. She picked up my resignation notice and began reading it out loud. Small place but big drama. Shallow waters but plenty of snakes. Peace out, Shu Chenian. Is this your resignation notice? Being questioned like this by her, I couldn't help but feel guilty. What is there a problem? Shenjun snorted softly. Shu Chen-an, do you know what was said during the company meeting? Today. I blurted out, none of my business. Anyway, I don't want to work here anymore. Oh, really? A flash of playfulness crossed Shenjun's eyes. Su Chen-an, seeing your outstanding performance lately, the higher-ups have unanimously decided to promote you to the position of company vice president. But since you want to resign now, then I guess I'll have to give it some careful thought. What, a promotion and a raise? It wasn't about making my life miserable. I was completely shocked. Shenjun sighed. I always thought that in the company, your business capability was obvious to everyone, and a promotion was only a matter of time. But since you don't want it, she lightly tapped her fingers on the desk, pointing at that resignation notice on the table. I instantly chickened out, reaching out to snatch it back, but she beat me to it and grabbed it away. Shenjun put pen to paper with a flourish, signing her name with style, then handed the resignation notice right back to me. Su Chenan, congratulations on your resignation. No need to wait 30 days. You can leave today. After saying that, she walked over to my side, patted my shoulder, and smiled. Remember tonight, okay? Treat everyone to a farewell dinner. Oh God, what kind of stupid thing did I just do? My eyes rolled back, and I nearly passed out on the spot. After snapping back to reality, clutching that foolish resignation notice, I racked my brain trying to find a way to fix this. Seeing me standing still, Shenjun asked coldly, still not leaving, "Are you waiting for me to treat you to lunch?" I slouched like a scolded puppy, testing the boss with a thick face. Can I choose not to leave? I'm not your boss. I'm just a snake in shallow waters, Shenjun said expressionlessly. Man, she really knows how to hold a grudge. I smiled apologetically, taking my shamelessness to the absolute limit. No. How could you be a snake? You are our beautiful CEO. Shenjun knit her brows slightly, but the way she looked at me softened a bit. Then explain to me again. What exactly does old fossil mean? I rolled my eyes in my mind. What else could it mean? Of course it means cursing you for being old and annoying. Yet Shenjun seemed to read my mind, and her gaze toward me turned a few degrees colder. I immediately chickened out, showing a wide-toothed, sycophantic grin. Boss, hear me out. Old is a respectful term meaning you have high prestige. Foss is praising you for being an absolute badass 666. Sil means reaching the absolute peak. Put them together and it means you are a prestigious, beautiful star with crazy badass capabilities and a person whose future has limitless potential. After saying that, I gave her a big thumbs up, spouting nonsense in the most sincere tone possible. Is that so? Shenjun shot me a suspicious look, the corner of her mouth twitching, looking like she was holding back a laugh. I nodded firmly. Exactly, that's it. You are my idol. Shenjun cleared her throat, holding back her smile. All right then. I'll let you pass this time. Go get busy. Then, about the promotion and raise. I wiggled my eyebrows at her. She gave me a tsundere roll of her eyes, but said calmly, "Don't worry. You won't miss out on it. Go hand over things with Vice President Zhang first, and familiarize yourself with the operations. Awesome mission, guaranteed to be accomplished." After coming out of Shenjun's office, I stayed busy handing over the work. Before I knew it, night had fallen again. As expected, working overtime is the destiny of us corporate slaves. Just as I was sighing over my tragic fate, my phone screen lights up with a call. It's my mom on the line. Shu Chen-hun, where on earth are you right now? I told you this morning. To go have dinner with your blind date after work. Don't tell me you completely forgot about it. My brain goes totally blank. Holy crap. I actually forgot all about it. But it's already past 8 o'clock p.m. now. Is there even enough time left? Maybe I should just make up a random excuse and skip it. Before I could even speak, my mom's loving voice came from the other side of the phone. Shu Chen-an, this date is a daughter of a colleague from my workplace. If you don't go tonight, then don't bother coming home at all. Damn it. There's absolutely no escaping this now. I can only bite the bullet and go through with it. Just as I stand up and get ready to leave, Shen Jun appears in front of me out of nowhere. Seeing me fixing my tie in the mirror, she opens her mouth and asks, I remember you don't have any clients to meet today. Why are you meeting up with a girl? I check my watch. I'm about to be late. Who has the time to chat with a capitalist? So I casually say, yeah. My mom set up a blind date for me. Shen Jun's gaze darkens a bit, looking slightly displeased. Where to? How funny. Do I really need to report to you about where I'm going? It's not like you're my girlfriend. I feel a bit impatient, but keeping that promotion and raise in mind, I still answer honestly, I'm going to Joy City. I happen to be heading there too. Let me give you a ride. Huh, she's actually going to Joy City too. Is the world really this small? While waiting for the elevator, I stand right next to her. Her snowy white fingertips poke the button several times, looking completely restless. Occasionally a few colleagues working overtime pass by. Seeing the two of us, they all steer clear, even covering their mouths, whispering about God knows what. The atmosphere gets a bit awkward, and it even seems to carry a hint of tension. I clear my throat twice. Suddenly my brain glitches and I ask, what are you going to Joy City for? Shen Jun's hand pressing the elevator button pauses for a second, her voice as cold as ice from 1,000 years ago. Can't I just go there to eat? Oh, I scratch my head, giving an awkward response. Shen Jun drives me all the way to Joy City. The car pulls into Joy City's underground parking lot. I get out of the car to head for the elevator, and Shen Jun actually follows right behind me, then walks into the exact same restaurant with me. I look at her with a face full of confusion, pointing at the restaurant sign to ask her, you're eating here. Are you for real? Shen Jun glances at me. Is there a problem? After saying that, she strides right in on her high heels, making quite a few guys around turn their heads to stare. Coming all by herself to eat at a couple's restaurant that costs 500 yen per person, I truly think she must have a loose screw in her brain. Shen Jun finds a window seat and sits down. I ignore her, poking my head around to find my blind date for today. My mom said she's a sweet-looking girl, next door type, who likes to wear pink dresses. I lock onto the target with one look and walk straight over. Hello, are you Miss Sia? I walk up to the girl's table and ask politely, yes. Hearing my voice, she looks up, closing the book she was reading, and gives me a gentle smile. The moment her dimples show, I feel like my heart just took a massive critical hit of pure sweetness. My usually unreliable mom actually came through for once this time. My face can't help but turn red, and I'm so nervous that I don't even know where to put my hands. Thinking that she must be upset because I'm late, I quickly try to smooth things over. I'm so sorry, Miss Sia. Traffic was awful, so I'm a bit late, making you wait for so long. She taps her phone to check the time, answering with a gentle expression, it's fine. I just arrived myself. You must be busy with work. So being a little late is totally understandable. Also, you can just call me Xia Bing. She is actually so understanding. Can we just get married right here and now? By the end of the meal, my fondness for her has completely skyrocketed. Wanting to get to know her on a deeper level, I offer to drive her home. She doesn't refuse either, nodding her head with a shy blushing face. I eagerly help Xia Bing carry her bag. Just as we are getting ready to leave, a familiar figure flashes in front of me, blocking my line of sight. I look up, and it's actually Shen Ji-yoon. She hasn't left yet. What on earth is she playing at? The atmosphere instantly gets awkward. Xia Bing looks at her, then looks at me, her eyes filled with doubt. Mr. Shu, may I ask who this is? She is my old... Being questioned like this by her, I somehow start feeling guilty, and even my tongue stops working properly. I just couldn't force those last few words out. Your wife, right? Mr. Shu, I really didn't expect you to be this kind of person. Xia Bing gives me a fierce glare, swiftly snatches her bag out of my hands, and calls me a scumbag a couple of times as she storms off. This makes the people around us throw looks of pure disdain at me, making it look exactly like a juicy gossip scene, where a side chick gets busted by the main wife. That's not what I wanted to say. She's my boss, she's my boss. I watched Xia Bing's receding figure wanting to cry but having no tears. The very first romance in my 29 years of single life was just strangled in its cradle by Shen Jiun like that. Capitalists are truly heartless creatures. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. I just march over to Shen Jiun's table and start stuffing my face with the dishes she barely touched. She completely ruined my potential girlfriend. So if I don't eat something to get my money's worth, I'll be taking a massive loss. Thinking of this, I waved the waiter over, and without any hesitation, order a few more of the most expensive dishes and a bottle of imported liquor, intending to use actions to eat through Shen Jiun's wallet and avenge my just-deceased romance. Shen Jiun sits across from me, resting her chin in her hands while watching me. Under her long eyelashes, her beautiful eyes blink, looking somewhat cute actually. My chewing suddenly stops. I'm utterly shocked by my own thought. How could I think she's cute? With the way she looks right now, she must be up to no good. Xu Qianen, drive me home. I choke on my food. After recovering, I raise my fist in protest. Shen Jiun, it's off work hours right now. Why on earth do I have to drive you? Don't you have an assistant? Let him drive you. She lets out a tsundere snort. Her snowy white fingers hold a spoon, mindlessly stirring the coffee in front of her, but her tone is a commanding one that leaves no room for doubt. Xiao Wang isn't here. Since you're an employee of the company anyway, I want you to drive me. With that, she points her finger at me. If you dare refuse, I'll deduct your salary. Holy crap, what an evil capitalist. For the sake of my paycheck, I compromise after all. But before leaving, I make sure to take that unopened bottle of imported liquor with me, treating it as my overtime pay. Shen Jun still has her usual spoiled rich girl attitude, even making me open the car door for her. I already had a grudge in my heart, and being bossed around like this twice makes me feel even more annoyed. I don't give her a good look the entire way, and the atmosphere falls into an eerie silence once again. A few minutes later, Shen Jun breaks the ice first. She looks out the window and asks seemingly casually, did it fall through? Your blind date. Are you angry? I let out a cold snort, gritting my teeth. What do you think? Shen Jun pouts, her voice carrying a hint of grievance. I didn't say I was your wife. She misunderstood it herself, so why blame me? Besides, your taste isn't even that great. Great. She's not even as good looking as me. I look up at the rearview mirror. Sitting in the back seat, Shen Jun is wearing a pricey set of professional business clothes. The collar of her shirt is slightly unbuttoned, revealing her delicate collarbones. Her stunning figure is wrapped tightly in the smooth cut of her outfit, showing off all the right curves. Her slightly wavy long hair flows down naturally, making her fair skin look radiant, adding a touch of mature and sophisticated charm. What she said doesn't seem wrong either. Shen Jun is indeed gorgeous. I still remember when I first joined the company. Several college grads who started with me immediately fell for her. People were constantly shooting their shot and courting her fiercely, only to get completely shut down a few days later. Someone leaked the news that she's the daughter of the company's big boss, scaring those young guys into resigning overnight. Later, the boss and his wife went to travel the world, handing the entire company over to Shen Jun. She handles business with an iron fist, focusing only on efficiency with zero sentimentality. Over time, nobody dared to make a move on her anymore, and they even gave her plenty of nicknames behind her back. But what does she mean by saying this now? Could she actually be into me? I look at the exquisitely made-up Shen Jun in the rearview mirror, wanting to open my mouth and ask her, but the words get stuck in my throat. I have no choice but to stay silent and drive the whole way. Entering the high-end residential complex where Shen Jun lives, I get out of the car and open the car door for her. I brought you home safe. I can head back now, right? Shen Jun raises her hand to check the watch on her wrist, saying in a calm, unhurried tone, it's so late, it's not safe for a boy like you to go home alone. How about I drive you home instead? What the heck? Although I'm handsome and dashing, I am still a grown man after all. What kind of danger could I possibly face? My eyes widen in shock, completely stunned by this wild flex of hers. I blurt out, are you out of your mind? The moment the words leave my mouth, Shen Jun's face visibly darkens. She stands under the street lamp, crossing her arms, and asks like a total tsundere, what did you say? Yep, I chickened out again. Shrinking my neck, I say, I'm the one who's out of my mind. I'm totally crazy. I actually thought just now that Shen Jun might like me. She just wants to take this chance to torture me, all to get revenge for the old fossil insult. If I knew it would be like this, I should have just straight up resigned. Shen Jun looks at me with immense satisfaction, tossing the car keys right back to me. Take my car and drive home. I'm shocked once again. Then how are you going to work tomorrow? Shen Jun turns to leave, but hears me talking and looks back. Tilting her neck, she says flatly, it's not like I only own this one car. Man, the world of the ultra-rich is beyond my understanding. I drive Shen Jun's luxury car back home. The moment the car comes to a stop, my neighbor Auntie Chen comes over and asks, oh, little Shu, when did you buy a Bentley? Look how successful you are. I wave my hands awkwardly. It's not my car. It belongs to someone else. Auntie Chen smacks her lips in surprise. Who would lend you such an expensive car to drive? She thinks about it, then covers her mouth. Sporting an I get it look, it's your girlfriend's car, right? Just as I'm about to explain that it's not, Auntie Chen walks away laughing. Before she even walks a few steps, she bumps into an acquaintance, and I hear her telling the person, let me tell you, the son of old Sue from Building 6 has scored an incredibly rich girlfriend. She even gave him a Bentley. A few days later, the entire neighborhood knows I'm in a relationship, and several wild versions of the story have spread. Even my mom pulls me over to ask Little N, why didn't you tell your mom that you're dating? If I knew you had a girlfriend, I wouldn't have set you up on that blind date. I immediately try to clear my name, Mom. Don't listen to their nonsense, there's no such thing. My mom looks at me with a beaming smile. Still acting shy, are we? Auntie Chen told me everything. She saw her driving you home with her own eyes. What kind of slander is this? She is slandering me. Before I can even protest, I hear my mom continue, Little Ann, since you already have a girlfriend, I'll help you turn down the other side of the blind date. We can't be two-timing anyone. I instantly felt the world spinning around me, so angry that I almost passed out on the spot. My romance was just gone like that. The next day when I went to work, my resentment was heavier than a vengeful ghost. While reporting my work, I glared at Shen Jiun several times. Shen Jiun didn't know what was going on. So after the meeting ended, she called me into her office. Do you have some kind of issue with me? Shen Jiun looked up at me. For once, I actually grew a backbone, stiffening my neck and replying, thanks to you, my relationship fell through. Really? A flash of amusement crossed Shen Jiun's eyes. Isn't that great then? Just focus all your energy on work, instead of thinking about all those random things all day long. How about a little promotion? Great my ass. Pay me back my girlfriend since you did something so wicked. You should at least give me a 1,000 yuan bonus to comfort me. If that's too hard, even some complimentary snacks would do. I shot an eager look at her. She suddenly stood up, sitting right on the office desk in front of me, her slender, beautiful legs lightly brushed against my pants, her eyes completely swimming with amusement. Isn't it just a girlfriend? I'll just compensate you with one then. Is she going to set me up on a date? Are you kidding me? If you don't want to give me snacks, just say so. I stormed out of the office in a huff and ignored her for the entire day. Who would have known that when it was time to clock out, Shen Jiun appeared in front of my workstation again. Her snowy white slender fingertips tapped on my desk twice. I instantly understood what she meant, rolled my eyes at her, and said in an unfriendly tone, my lady, I don't have time to drive you home today. She blinked at me, no time. Are you going on another blind date? At the mention of blind dates, my anger flared right up. I directly clapped back, you still have the nerve to say that. I've been single for 29 years. 29 years I was finally about to escape the single life. But you completely ruined it. Not only that, but my mom won't even set me up on any more dates because of this. And Shen Jiun still makes me work overtime every single day. Where else am I supposed to meet other girls? The more I thought about it, the more wronged I felt. I swiftly packed up my things and was about to walk out. Hey, Shu Chen-an, consider it my fault. Shen Jiun grabbed my arm, her gaze filled with absolute sincerity. How about I drive you home today? As an apology to you, okay? Outside the window, a drizzle was pattering down. I fell into deep thought. Taking a cab from the company to my place cost 40 yuan. Hitching a ride in Shen Jiun's car is completely free. And she even has Coke in her car to drink. What a steal. Anyway, she owes me this. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go. Shen Jiun drove me right downstairs. The moment I got out of the car, I saw my mom holding an umbrella standing by the entrance of the apartment building. She looked at me, then looked at Shen Jiun, smiling, Little Ann. Who is this? Is she your girlfriend? I was just about to deny it, but Shen Jiun beat me to it. Hello, auntie. My name is Shen Jiun. I'm Shu Chenan's colleague. You can just call me Xiao Yun. My mom got a look of sudden realization and greeted her warmly. Xiao Yun, come. Come upstairs and have a meal before you leave. I quickly pinched my mom's arm, whispering a warning, Mom. She's my boss. My mom's eyes instantly lit up. Such a beautiful boss. Then you'd better make sure to lock this down. I almost fainted. Under my mom's enthusiastic invitation, Shen Jiun marched right into my home. At the dinner table, while my mom kept putting food onto Shen Jiun's plate, she also asked about her family and financial situation, completely ignoring my coughing and eye signals. Shen Jiun, on the other hand, didn't seem to mind at all, answering every single question. She was just short of reporting her ID card number to my mom. After a few rounds of drinks, my dad was a bit tipsy. He hazily raised his wine glass, pointing at Shen Jiun and saying, Xiao Yun, I like this kid the moment I see him. Come, let's have a few drinks. My heart skipped a beat, and I quickly stopped him. Dad, you're completely sloshed. She's a girl after all. My dad said with bleary eyes, what's wrong with being a girl? Back in our hometown, girls can chug 2 bottles in one sitting. I panicked a little. I really didn't know Shen Jiun's alcohol tolerance. When the company discussed projects before, it was always the subordinates taking shots for her. She would just take 2 sips symbolically. Once my dad starts drinking, it's completely endless. Is this really going to be okay? Before I could even refuse, Shen Jiun stood up with a whoosh, raised her wine glass and said, Uncle is right. Who says girls can't drink? Back in my hometown, I'm an absolute heavyweight too. Today, I'll definitely keep you company until you've had enough. Come, cheers. I covered my face and sighed. What a total mess. After a few rounds of drinks, I went to the restroom for a moment. When I came out, I saw Shen Jiun slumped over the table, Seeing this, my mom immediately grabbed my dad's ear. You old fossil. Who told you to drink her under the table? What if something happens? To your future daughter-in-law's health. My face instantly flushed red. Not having the time to explain, I supported Shunjun and walked out. I had to drive her back quickly. If I let her stay at my house, it would really become a misunderstanding I couldn't clear up. My mom helped me carry her into the car, waving with a smile, "Give me a call when you get home." Driving into the underground garage of Shunjun's apartment, I helped her go upstairs, finally using her fingerprint to unlock the door. After entering, I placed Shunjun on the sofa. Just as I was getting ready to leave, a pair of hands hooked around my neck. I turned my head back and found Shunjun looking at me with blurry eyes. She tilted her head, her face completely flushed red as she smiled at me. "Hey, who are you? Why do you look so handsome?" With that, she started pinching my face. I pulled her hands down, but she restlessly started touching elsewhere. This? Who could possibly handle this? My old face turned completely red. Using my 29-year single-life hand speed, I pushed her back onto the sofa with lightning speed. Just as I was getting ready to leave, she touched her head and let out an ouch, looking like she bumped it. "What's wrong? Are you okay?" I subconsciously reached out to protect her head, but my wrist was tightly grabbed by her. Her whole body pressed close, leaning her head against my shoulder. Her warm breath brushed right past my ear, carrying a hint of alcohol like a feather lightly tickling my skin, making my heart skip a beat. Her voice echoed by my ear, familiar but completely different from usual, soft and totally sweet. Didn't you say I should compensate you? Then if I compensate you with myself, do you want it?" I froze instantly, my back stiffening completely, not daring to move even a single inch. Why aren't you saying anything? Do you not want me?" Her eyes cast downward, looking like she had endless grievances. If you don't want me, I'll deduct your salary." As she spoke, she actually unbuttoned the top button of her shirt, revealing her snowy white collarbones. Her porcelain-like face flushed with a nice blush. Amusement overflowed from her eyes. A sweet smile plastered on her face. I held back the urge to get a nosebleed, trying my best to maintain control. Seduction. This is pure seduction. Who could possibly hold back against this? "Mom, I want to go home." Blushing, I tried hard to push her away, but she held on to me, wrapping both arms around my neck, her entire soft body pressing tightly against mine, pouting with some dissatisfaction. "Shu Chen-un, are you trying to do something bad?" She glared at me, pulled out one hand, and drew circles on my chest with her index finger. "You just want to do something bad." Don't think I don't know. Let me tell you, you can't, although to you, what do you think of me? My heart was beating like crazy. I was actually looking forward to what she was about to say next. Oh my god. Shenjun actually threw up all over me. Help, I'm a total germaphobe. After throwing up, Shenjun fell fast asleep as if nothing had happened. I was so mad I wanted to give her a couple of kicks, but decided against it after thinking about it. Sighing, I carried her over to the bed in the master bedroom, tucked her in with the blanket, and let her sleep peacefully. After doing all this, I looked down and sniffed my own clothes. They smelled completely sour and foul. Even my pants got stained a bit. It had reached an absolutely unbearable level. Having no choice, I had to take off my shirt and pants to wash them, leaving myself wearing only a pair of boxers. Fortunately, Shenjun's house has a dryer, so my clothes were dried very quickly. By now, Shenjun should be fast asleep. But just to be safe, I still tiptoed and snuck into the bathroom, locking the door behind me to change back into my clothes. The bathroom was pitch black. I reached out and turned on the light, only to be completely stunned by the scene in front of me. Right at this moment, Shenjun had stripped off her clothes, turned on the hot water, and was just about to take a shower. I froze completely, standing right there like an idiot while holding my clothes. A high-pitched shriek like a boiling kettle echoed in my ears. She hurriedly grabbed a towel to cover her body, picked up the shower head, and sprayed water right into my face. "Shu Chen-an, why are you in my house? Get the hell out." How could I know why I was in her house? I didn't know either. After snapping back to reality, I screamed, wanting to rush out of the bathroom. But when I got to the door, I realized I couldn't open it no matter what. Damn it, how did I lock it just now? In the middle of my panic, a slender fair hand reached over and gently unlocked the door. By this time, Shenjiun had already put on her pajamas. Holding her head high with hands on her hips, she stared at me, her cheeks puffed up with rage, looking exactly like a stuffed hamster. "Su Chenan, give me an explanation right now? Why on earth are you in my house?" Her gaze shifted downward onto my body, and her face instantly flushed completely red. And you're not even wearing clothes. What are you trying to do?" I subconsciously covered my vital areas, realizing a moment later, wait, no. Wasn't I still wearing my boxers? Talk about sobering up and immediately flipping the script. I turned my head away, not daring to look at her, my face already burning like crazy. But on second thought, I didn't do anything wrong. So why should I be afraid of her? So I gathered my courage and said confidently, "I should be asking you that. I was kind enough to drive you home, but you pulled me and wouldn't let me leave. And you even threw up all over me. I didn't have any clothes to wear. So I had to do this. She knit her brows, her eyes scanning me suspiciously. Is that so? Looks like she really blacked out. But seeing her like this, trying so hard to recall but unable to figure it out, I couldn't help but get a mischievous idea, wanting to tease her a little. Someone just said earlier that she was going to compensate me with herself. Shen Jiyun's eyes widened as she stared at me, a deep blush creeping up her face again. Really? I cleared my throat, pretending to be dead serious. Of course it's true. Why would I lie to you? She didn't say anything, just tilting her head to look at me. Her fox-like eyes narrowed slightly, with a tiny beauty mark right under the corner of her eye, looking exactly like a stunning beauty out of a painting, enough to steal anyone's soul away. I stared, feeling a bit dazed. Suddenly, she stood on her tiptoes and planted a kiss right on my face. I gasped sharply, and my brain completely short-circuited. Shen Jiyun, what are you doing? Her face was totally flushed, and she let out a proud tsundere snort. She reached out and poked my chest. I've already been seen by you. Aren't you going to take responsibility? Shu Chen-an, are you even a man? Take responsibility. Well, I was seen by you too. So are you going to take responsibility? She narrowed her eyes, bursting out into a laugh. That works too. Shu Chen-an, this young lady will take responsibility for you. Let me seal the deal. From this moment on, you are my boyfriend. What kind of plot twist is this? The domineering female CEO falls in love with me. And it's the forceful kind too. Before I could even process this, a pair of hands hooked around my neck again. Her moist lips pressed against mine, warm, soft, and delicate, just like cotton candy. My breathing hitched, and I subconsciously leaned against the wall for support. She let out a slightly dissatisfied hum, grabbing my hand and placing it firmly on her waist. The last string of sanity in my brain snapped completely, as if I had lost all reason. I pulled her tightly into my arms, responding passionately. The sound of splashing water echoed in the bathroom, intertwining with heavy, refusing to stop for a long time. After the wildness subsided, my sanity slowly returned, but Shen Jiyun was still complaining about being dizzy. Having no choice, I had to carry her back to bed again. The drunk Shen Jiyun was like a needy little kitten, whining and clinging onto me, refusing to let go. With great effort, I finally coaxed her into bed, but she suddenly grabbed my hand, saying she was afraid of the dark, and wouldn't let me leave. Fine, she's my own girlfriend now, so what else can I do? I just have to spoil her. I took her into my arms, patting her back, trying to lull her to sleep. Shen Jiyun leaned against me with a totally obedient face, nuzzling into my chest a few times, and before long, she fell fast asleep. I gently laid her down on the bed, leaning against the bedside to watch her face while she slept. She looked as delicate as a ragdoll cat, her long eyelashes drooping down, casting a faint shadow under her eyes. She even smacked her lips in her sleep, looking completely cute and charming. A total contrast to the unsmiling, ice-cold beauty she is during the day. Like two completely different people, I couldn't help but smile. But as I smiled, my heart sank into a quiet stillness again. Shen Jiyun's words from earlier kept ringing in my ears. She said she wanted me to be her boyfriend. Is it for real? Thinking back to all these years of being together day and night, it would be a lie to say I never had feelings for her. But Shen Jiyun was always too dazzling and radiant, making me believe she was an untouchable existence beyond my reach. That's why I grinded so hard at work, thinking that even if we couldn't be together, at least I could get her to notice me. Then year after year passed, but Shen Jiyun never truly noticed me. I finally locked away those feelings, wanting nothing more than to just focus entirely on my job. But now she actually took the initiative to confess to me, making me incredibly thrilled yet a bit scared at the same time. Scared that it was just her drunken rambling. Scared that in the end, it was all just my wishful thinking. Thinking of this, I couldn't help but sigh, gently pinching her cheek. I tucked her in properly, got up, and went to the guest room. Early the next morning, I walked out of the guest room half asleep, only to see Shen Jiyun wearing an apron standing by the dining table. The table was loaded with all kinds of breakfast foods. My jaw dropped in pure shock. This pampered rich girl actually knows how to make breakfast. When I looked at her, she looked a bit guilty and quickly hid her hands behind her back. Only then did I notice the takeout boxes on the table that hadn't been cleared away yet, and assistant Xiao Wang standing by the door, preparing to slip out quietly. Shen Jiyun poked her tongue out awkwardly. I originally wanted to give you a surprise, but I didn't expect you to wake up so early. My heart was completely filled with warmth, wanting to pull her into my arms and give her a good kiss. I looked up, only to see Xiao Wang casting a deeply curious look at us. He looked at Shen Jiyun, then looked back at me, the look in his eyes being incredibly subtle, and he even gave a knowing nod. I instantly feel that things are bad. What on earth is he imagining? It's not what you think. Hey, there's absolutely nothing going on between us. Do you believe me? I quickly explain. As soon as the words leave my mouth, Shen Jiyun pulls me into her arms, reaching out to pinch the tip of my nose. You little rascal, hurry up and eat your breakfast. You're going to be late for work in a bit. Xiao Wang's eyes widen as he stares at the two of us. After freezing for a moment, he very tactfully says, President Shen, then I'll take my leave first. Shenjun gives a soft hum, signaling him with her eyes to leave quickly. No, listen to my explanation. Before I could even finish my sentence, Xiao Wang runs off as if fleeing for his life. Oh no, now the misunderstanding is massive. I quickly shake Shenjun's arm, saying anxiously, hurry up and explain to him. We didn't do anything at all. Shenjun pouts unhappily. What is there to explain? Don't tell me you don't want to take responsibility for me. I am completely speechless. Under my strong demand, Shenjun finally compromises after all, making a phone call to Xiao Wang to tell him to keep it a secret for us. On the way to the company, Shenjun doesn't say a single word, looking completely moody. Only after a bunch of questioning from me, does she finally voice her true feelings, Su Chenhan? Am I actually your girlfriend or not? I nod my head, of course you are. Why are you asking that? Her eyes turn slightly red, her voice filled with grievances. Then why do you refuse to make our relationship public? I freeze for a second, subconsciously lowering my head. Everything happened way too fast. Even up until now, I haven't figured out why an amazing girl like Shenjun would actually like me. Could it simply be because I grind hard at work? Besides, we are from completely different social classes. I'm afraid she might just be playing around with me. I let out a sigh in my mind, making up a random excuse, Shenjun. I just feel like our pacing is a bit too fast. Plus, I'm about to get promoted soon. I'm worried that if we make it public right now, everyone will think I got the position through nepotism. That wouldn't be good for either of us. She lowers her head in thought, her nails tapping on the steering wheel twice, and finally nods her head. What you said makes sense, but one thing is wrong. I ask, completely confused, what's wrong? She hooks her finger at me, smiling playfully. Bring your ear over here, let me tell you a secret. Half believing her, I lean my head over. Who knew she would suddenly grab my neck and plant a loud kiss right on my face? A wave of intimate breath whispers past my ear, and she smiles faintly, nibbling on my earlobe. You're still calling me by my full name. Aren't you supposed to call me baby? The events of that drunken night flood back into my mind, and my face instantly blushes all the way to my ears. I push her away and run off as if escaping, but Shenjun stops me. After I'm forced to call her baby 99 times, Shenjun and I finally reach an agreement to keep our relationship a secret for now. To avoid raising any suspicion, I rush to the office first. After I turn on my computer and pretend to work for a while, she finally walks in unhurriedly. When passing by my workstation, she even throws a smiling glance at me. I swallow my nerves, continuing to fake being deeply focused on work. She smiles faintly, completely ignoring me, and walks straight into her office. Why on earth does this feel exactly like an extramarital affair? Just as I'm dazing off at my computer screen, the gossiping voices of the nearby colleagues drift into my ears. Why is the Ice Queen glowing so much today? Did she find a boyfriend? She's a total workaholic. How could she date anyone? It's more likely she landed a business deal. Wait, no, look. What is that red mark on her neck? There's definitely something going on. After saying that, Zhang Yang gives me a slap, Su Chenhan. Don't you agree? I was already feeling guilty, and being questioned like this by him scared me so much that I jumped straight up. Zhang Yang looked at me with some surprise. Why are you acting so weird today too? Did you eat gunpowder or something? Slipping up like that from a simple tap. No, I just don't really agree with your opinion. I coughed twice, trying to mask my nervous emotions. She's a perfectly nice girl. Why do you guys have to give her nicknames? It sounds pretty nasty. The group exchanged looks and then stared at me in confusion. After confirming that I wasn't sick, they tactfully ignored me and began to change the subject. Whatever. Let's not talk about Shenjun. I heard a new hire is coming to our department. Her name is Lin Shuyi, and she's an absolute stunner. My fingertips holding the pen trembled slightly. Is Lin Shuyi the same Lin Shuyi I know? Lin Shuyi and I lived in the same alleyway. You could say we grew up together since childhood. Back then, both of our families were poor, but our grades were always top tier. During high school, through a math competition, I won a spot to be fast-tracked straight into Tsinghua University. Lin Shuyi said she really envied me and asked me to tutor her. But when I arrived at her house, I finally realized things were wrong. There was absolutely nobody else at her home. Lin Shuyi walked out of the bedroom, wearing nothing but a piece of transparent lace lingerie. She walked up to me and said with a smile, Brother Chenhan, I want to get fast-tracked into Tsinghua too, but my skills aren't enough, so what should I do? I turned my head away from her, trying to walk toward the door. If your skills aren't enough, then study hard. Why are you looking for me? I still have things to do. I've left the study guides on the table for you. Take a look at them yourself. Just as I wanted to escape, she caught me off guard and blocked the door. She looked like she was furious, her chest heaving violently. Shu Chen-an, do you really think you can just leave? Don't tell me that even with all these years of childhood friend bonding, you still won't help me. I let out a helpless sigh. Then tell me, how exactly do you want me to help you? She pulled an ID photo out of her bag. In the photo was an innocent girl, a pair of clear fox-like eyes shining, and when she smiled, she showed two little fangs, looking bright and radiant. This girl is my rival. There's no way I can beat her. Find a chance to ruin her. I don't care what you do to her. Just make sure she can't show up for the competition. If you do me this favor, you can have whatever you want. Only then did I understand what she meant, completely shocked to my core. I never expected this seemingly harmless girl next door little sister to actually hide such a filthy scheme in her heart. I got furious, ripping the photo to shreds and throwing it into the trash can. Lin Shuyi, I'll pretend today's matter never happened. But let me warn you, don't plot things you shouldn't be plotting. Otherwise, the only one you'll end up hurting is yourself. After saying that, I gave her a fierce glare, slammed the door, and left. I originally thought this whole thing was already over, but I never expected that. One day after school, when passing by the alleyway, I would actually hear a girl's cry for help. I hurriedly ran over. I saw 3 or 4 punks surrounding a girl. The girl's school uniform was thrown on the ground, and the books from her backpack were scattered all over. She was kneeling onto the ground, having her hair grabbed and getting slapped. After the slapping was over, 2 of them exchanged glances and started dragging her deeper into the alleyway. My anger flared up instantly. I rushed up and started brawling with them. In the middle of the chaos, I snatched their iron rod and broke the leg of one of the punks. Only then did I manage to rescue the girl in the confusion. I pulled her along and ran for a long distance. When we stopped to catch our breath, I finally realized that this girl was actually the exact same one Lin Shui had told me to deal with back then. Probably because I refused her, she just wouldn't give up on her wicked idea, and only then hired those same punks, thinking that our families had always been on good terms. I didn't expose Lin Shuyi and only sent the terrified girl back home. But what I didn't expect was that punk actually bit back and framed me, saying that I broke his leg and demanding the school expel me to protect myself. I had no choice but to reveal everything about Lin Shuyi. But that punk flat out denied knowing Lin Shuyi, and there was no evidence left behind of them bullying that fox-eyed girl. In the end, I was framed as the instigator who picked a fight and brawled, leaving someone disabled. I was ordered to pay them 200,000 yuan to avoid going to prison. Later, it was that fox-eyed girl's father who paid that sum of money for me. But due to the terrible impact of this incident, my fast-track admission spot was cancelled. A major demerit went onto my record. I was moved from Class A to Class H, and I was isolated by all the teachers and students in school. In the end, I only got into an ordinary Tier 1 university. Only after that incident did I understand that this world isn't fair. If you don't have absolute power, blindly trying to play the hero will only end up ruining you. So from then on, I've been walking on eggshells, always weighing the pros and cons, and never looking for trouble for the sake of others. But when I hear the name Lin Shui once again, my fists still clench involuntarily. She actually dares to come back, and she even appears right in front of me. If it really is her, then don't blame me for being ruthless to her. That Lin Shuyi you guys just mentioned, is she really that pretty? Is there a photo I can see? Suppressing my intense anger, I ask in a calm tone to test the waters. No need to go through all that trouble. Aren't I right here in front of your eyes? Hearing the voice, I look up, only to see a woman wearing a black slip dress walking through the door. She steps right up to me, pretentiously takes off her sunglasses, and extends a hand toward me, Xu Chenhan. Long time no see. I completely ignore her. She withdraws her hand somewhat awkwardly and starts speaking to me sarcastically. We haven't met in so many years. I didn't expect you to still have this stubborn mule personality. No wonder you don't have a girlfriend. After saying that, she even flicks a sticky note on my desk with pure disdain. Looks like you aren't doing that well either. I don't go easy on her either. Clapping back directly, Lin Shuyi. I remember you're a new hire, right? A rookie should act like a rookie. From now on, buying coffee for the office and printing documents will be your job. You don't have any objections, do you? As if she just heard some hilarious joke, she shakes her head and sighs. Xu Chen-en, why don't you check your own status? You're just a department manager. Yet you dare talk to me like this. I advise you to suck up to me a little. Otherwise, I'll have you fired directly. After saying that, she mocks me a few more times and struts away like a flaunting peacock. Angrily tossing my mouse onto the desk, I point at her and say to Zhang Yong, what's her background? How can she be this arrogant? But Zhang Yong pulls me aside and says in a low voice, I can't do anything about this. I heard she got in through connections. Her backing is incredibly solid. I wouldn't dare mess with her. Holding back my frustration, I spend a few hours finally digging up Lin Shuyi's background clear as day. Turns out, she is the girlfriend of the old President Shen's nephew. No wonder she could be stuffed into the headquarters. But on second thought, if Lin Shuyi marries President Shen's nephew, won't I have to call her cousin-in-law in the future? That absolutely won't do. I have to find a way to completely ruin this for her. I get up and pour a cup of coffee, my mind still plotting how to deal with Lin Shuyi. Just then, Shen Jun's assistant Xiao Wang walks out, with Lena from the HR department right next to him. Lena looks completely furious, slamming her cup onto the desk, with a loud clang. What I hate the most are people with connections like that Lin Shuyi. Based on, what does she get to be the general manager's assistant right away? You've grinded so hard for so many years, only to end up getting the exact same treatment as some random girl out of nowhere. Just thinking about it makes me furious. Xiao Wang's face looks exceptionally terrible, letting out a sigh, but what can we do? Who tells her to have such solid backing? Lena continues to complain. Look at her acting all high and mighty. People who don't know any better would think she's the owner. The two pour their coffee chat for a few more words and leave, completely failing to notice my presence. It looks like Lin Shuyi managed to offend every single veteran employee right off the bat. This kind of person might be riding high right now, while treating others like garbage. But when she crashes down later, she can't blame everyone for kicking her while she's down. Back at my workstation, Xiao Wang sends me an email, reminding me to attend the upcoming company-wide meeting. This meeting is mainly a review of the first 3 quarters, and will also announce my promotion to company vice president. When the meeting starts, the person sitting right next to Shen Jiun has changed from Xiao Wang to Lin Shuyi. Xiao Wang has been shoved into a far corner. But compared to Xiao Wang, Lin Shuyi's face looks way darker. Her eyes from time to time keep glancing over at Shen Jiun with a hint of absolute terror in her gaze. What's going on here? Could she have met Shen Jiun before? Maybe they didn't just meet, but actually had beef, which is why she's so terrified. After the meeting ends, I test the waters by asking Shen Jiun about it. She says she doesn't know Lin Shuyi at all, and that today was their very first time meeting. Now that's weird. To get to the bottom of this whole situation, I corner Lin Shuyi right as we clock out, dragging her into a secluded corner. Get lost. Su Chen-an, don't think you're a big shot just because you're vice president now. I'm the girlfriend of President Shen's nephew. With just one word from me, I can make you unemployed in a split second. She directly throws her bag at me, but I catch it and toss it onto the ground. Lin Shuyi, I still hold dirt on you, so I advise you not to get too cocky. What dirt? Her gaze darts around, and she takes 2 steps back, completely riddled with guilt. Pretending that I already know everything, I calmly utter 3 words, Shen Jiun. The moment she hears this name, her entire body shudders as if she just got electrocuted. She tightly grabs my arm and threatens me, you were involved in what happened back then too. If she finds out, you won't get away scot-free either, so you won't tell her, right? What did I do? How come I don't remember? I continue to bait her. She squeezes my arm with a bit of force. It doesn't matter if you didn't do it, but I won't tell it that way. I can tell her that you were the one who hired those punks to bully her back then, all to stage a hero saving the damsel play. Because you knew her family was loaded. You intentionally got close to her, while I was just a poor helpless victim who cared about childhood friendship and ended up being blackmailed by you. My mind completely explodes, and long-buried memories begin to flood back piece by piece. The image of the girl in my memory slowly becomes clear. The fox eyes, the fair skin, the beauty mark right under her eye, and the little fangs that only show when she smiles. The girl's innocent face perfectly overlaps with Shen Jiun's face. Every single detail matches up. Fate is actually this insane. Turns out the girl I rescued all those years ago is my very own girlfriend. After realizing this fact, I hold on to Lin Shuyi and continue, your story is completely full of plot holes. If I were the one who found those punks, then why did he sue me afterward? I almost landed in prison. This whole thing was clearly orchestrated by you alone. You said Shen Jiun was your rival and told me to do whatever it takes to stop her from taking part in the competition. After being rejected by me, you went and found those same punks anyway. If I hadn't happened to pass by that day, Shen Jiun would have been completely ruined. You were behind all of this. After hearing this, Lin Shuyi curled her lips into a mocking smile. So what if it was me? What can you possibly do to me anyway? Do you think Shen Jiun will believe you? Or me, her future cousin-in-law? If you dare to talk trash, believe it or not, I'll make you pack your bags and leave instantly. As if assuming I wouldn't dare expose her, she gave me a smug glare, turned around and walked away. But it didn't matter. What I wanted was exactly for her to admit the truth out of her own mouth. I pulled the phone out of my pocket and successfully saved the recording just now. Then I turned around and headed back to the office. I want to see just how much longer she can keep bouncing around. During lunch break, I invited Shen Jiun to have lunch at the French restaurant downstairs from the company. She intimately wrapped her arm around mine, even poking her head around to check if any company people were around. Just like a little girl guarding her favorite toy. My heart skipped a beat, feeling as if it was suddenly struck out of nowhere. Did she already know everything from the start? Is that why she took the initiative to chase me? Halfway through the meal, I finally couldn't hold it back anymore. Opening my mouth to ask Shen Jiun, did we actually know each other a very long time ago? She froze for a split second, then let out a soft laugh. Looks like a certain someone has finally remembered something. Student Xu Chenhan from class 1 sophomore year. It actually turned out to be exactly like that. But why didn't she tell me directly when I first joined the company, and instead waited all these years before confessing to me? As I raised my question, she quickly provided the answer. What do you mean I didn't? I dropped hints to you so many times? It's your own brain that's too slow to understand what I meant. The more she spoke, the more frustrated she got, her cheeks puffing up with anger. At first, I thought you didn't like me, so I thought, why bring up these past things? Until later when you asked me to call you baby. Only then did I build up the courage to confess to you. Actually, I've liked you for a really long time. Ever since the moment you saved me, I've liked you. I could no longer suppress my emotions, getting up to pull her into my arms. Shen Jiun, I will protect you properly. From now on, I will always protect you just like this. She blinked at me. Are you going to be my personal bodyguard? Then how long can you protect me for? For a lifetime. I smiled and stroked her head. All right. For a lifetime. After pouring our hearts out to each other, I played the recording for Shen Jiun to hear and confessed the entire ins and outs of the incident to her. Once the two of us cross-checked the information we currently had, we discovered that Lin Shuyi had actually fabricated a massive lie. She forged an identity as the heiress of the Lin group, because the Lin couple actually does have a daughter who lives abroad all year round. Very few people domestically know the true Lin heiress, and unexpectedly, everyone was actually totally fooled by her. Shen Jiun thought about it and said to me, this is easy to handle. The 6th of next month is my parents' golden wedding anniversary. When the time comes, I'll have someone invite the Lin couple to bring their daughter along. They're all people in the business world, so they should show us this respect. Hearing about Shen Jiun's parents' golden wedding, I got a little chicken again. Then do I have to go to this banquet? Shen Jiun gave my ear a sharp pinch, her tone full of threat. What? You don't want to go? Then I'll just bring someone else instead. Anyway, I'm loaded. There are plenty of obedient young guys out there. I threw my hands up, trying to save face. Hey, then I can only reluctantly attend. At the Shen parents' golden wedding banquet, the hall was packed with distinguished guests, and the visitors arrived in an endless stream. Shen Jiun dragged me right in front of her parents. I kept my head down, not daring to speak. Unexpectedly, it was Mother Shen who opened her mouth first. Oh, this must be little Shu, right? Both the old and young in our family have mentioned you before. The old one praises you for being grounded, capable, and having a sharp business mind. The young one has said even more, making you sound like a grand hero who saved the world. Today, I finally get to see the legend in the flesh, Mother Shen finished saying. Shen Jiun was the first to show her displeasure. I never said things like that, Mom. Don't talk nonsense with your eyes wide open. President Shen also nodded along. Yeah, he looks pretty average to me. If he wants to marry my daughter, it depends on his future performance. Mother Shen rolled her eyes at them, holding my hand to comfort me. Don't listen to those two. They're all bark and no bite. Once you guys get married, you'll see. Auntie knows you're capable. In the future, when we grow old, the family business will be handed over to you and Xiaoyun. I nodded in response. Only then did Mother Shen feel at ease, telling Shen Jiun to show me around the place. After walking around for 2 laps, Shen Jiun suddenly needed to use the restroom, asking me to wait for her right where I was. Having nothing else to do, I ate a few bites of cake and saw Lin Shuyi holding Shen Yun's arm, strutting over arrogantly. She glanced at me, her tone completely filled with mockery. Oh, isn't this vice? President Shu, how come you didn't even bring a girlfriend? And you're eating cake here all by yourself? Oh right, a high-end banquet like this. You've probably never even seen one before, right? Shen Yan knew my position in the company, so he gave me an awkward smile and pulled Lin Shuyi, wanting to leave. But Lin Shuyi completely missed his point and kept pressing on. What's wrong? Why are you pulling me? He's just a worker bee for your family. What's wrong with talking smack about him? The surrounding crowd looked at her and started whispering. Whose family is this girl from? She has 0 manners. Seems like the girlfriend of President Shen's nephew. Doesn't the Shen family have a daughter? A mere nephew doesn't even have shares. Yet she's acting this arrogant. Seeing everyone judging her and gossiping, Lin Shuyi instantly lost her temper. She shoved Shen Yan's arm and said, look at how those people are talking about you. Go tell your uncle right now to fire Shu Chen-an. Hurry up and go. Who wants to fire Shu Chen-an? Have you asked for my permission? Everyone's attention was drawn by this voice, and they all looked back. Shen Jiun walked out from the crowd, her boss energy off the chart, instantly intimidating everyone on the spot. She held my hand, smiling gently as she announced, Shu Chen-an is my boyfriend, and he will be managing the company with me in the future. For whoever said they want to fire him, first, think about whether you even have that right. As soon as these words dropped, the entire crowd went wild, followed by waves of congratulations. Lin Shuyi was frozen on the spot, her face completely filled with disbelief. You guys are together. Yes, we are together. Shen Jiun glared at her, and then looked toward Shen Yan, cousin. Keep your girlfriend in check. Embarrassing herself at such a grand event, Shen Yan let out an awkward smile. She's the heiress of the Lin family after all. I thought she understood etiquette, which is why I brought her. The heiress of the Lin group. I don't think so. I pointed toward the entrance of the villa. The real Lin family heiress should be right over there. Just as the words left my mouth, the Lin family's arrival immediately drew everyone's attention. Many people rushed up to suck up to them, and the Shen parents also went out to greet them. Shen Yan looked at that well-mannered, elegant and graceful Lin family heiress, and finally realized what was going on. He violently flung off Lin Shuyi's hand. Lin Shuyi, Didn't you say you were the Lin family heiress? Then tell me who on earth is that over there? Lin Shui's gaze darted around. I don't know. Maybe she's the one who's a fake. Shen Yun got even more furious. You're still lying to me even now. Could parents possibly not recognize their own daughter? Do you even believe this kind of ghost story yourself? After saying that, Shen Yan stormed off, shaking her off, running off to network with the real Lin family heiress instead, leaving only Lin Shuyi behind to endure everyone's mockery all by herself. She still didn't seem ready to take the L, glaring at me with eyes full of pure hatred. Suddenly, she rushed right up to Shen Jiun, grabbing her hand to snitch Shen Jiun. I have something to tell you. Actually, this Shu Chen En is the real one who bullied you back then. He orchestrated this entire thing. Before she could even finish speaking, Shen Jiun flung her hand off and opened an audio file. Oh really? Then why don't you listen to your own words? The recording was blasted on speaker, and Lin Shuyi's voice quickly echoed across the entire banquet. Her eyes widened in total shock, and she stood frozen on the spot in utter despair. The commotion here was way too loud, alerting Shen Jiun's parents. After asking around, the Shen parents finally found out that Lin Shuyi was the very villain who almost ruined Shen Jiun back then. They immediately ordered people to detain her and demanded a thorough reinvestigation of the past incident. By the time Lin Shuyi finally snapped out of it, even the police cars had already arrived. She was so terrified that she passed out on the spot and was carried away straight to the police station. After all the dust had settled, Shen Jiun dragged me back to our old high school, saying she wanted to take a trip down memory lane. We took advantage of the night when no one was around to sneakily climb over the wall. The big yellow dog at the gate chased us the entire way, but was finally bought off by Shen Jiun with a single ham sausage. The two of us panted heavily, while facing each other. Shen Jiun patted her chest and laughed. Ah Huang is so ungrateful. It's only been a few years and he doesn't even recognize me anymore. Good thing he's gotten old. Because if this were back then, we definitely would have been caught by him. I patted her back to help her catch her breath, smiling and chiming in exactly. Whatever baby says is right. We took a stroll around the campus, and as we passed by the basketball court, she suddenly pulled me to sit down, telling me to close my eyes, saying she had a surprise for me. I obediently closed my eyes. When I opened them again, I saw her pulling a notebook out of her bag, which was actually completely filled with my photos. Look, this one was taken at the basketball court. So handsome, right? She pointed toward the hoop, smugging and blinking at me. And this one was taken while you were reading. This one was taken while you were sleeping. And this one, she flipped through the album, introducing them to me like showcasing her precious treasures. Underneath every single photo, there were doodles drawn with colored markers, and she had even written down her mood on that exact day. Zhu Chenan is my big hero. He is so handsome. I like him so much. But how should I confess? I have no idea how. Maybe secretly stalk him, and find a chance to pounce on him. Never mind, I don't dare to. Better just take a photo instead. Seeing that I was reading the small text at the bottom, she let out a gasp and covered the notebook, refusing to let me see anymore. Her face blushing a bright red, even the tips of her ears flushing. Looking at her beautiful features, my heart started racing like crazy. She suddenly threw herself into my arms, leaning into my ear and whispering in a tiny voice, Su Chen Han. Actually, I liked you from a very long time ago. I've liked you for a long time. So do you like me? I reached out to hug her back, holding her tightly in my embrace, with tenderness that couldn't be hidden in my voice. Of course I do. Shenjiun, actually I've liked you for a long time too. It's just that you didn't know it. She nuzzled into my chest contentedly, asking cutely, then how long will you like me for? Let's start with liking you for a lifetime.